feel free. Ask their names. You can share your portfolios with them. Just make friends. That's why we're here. We're here to network as well. So thank you. I'm giving you 3 minutes for that. 3 minutes. Was I back so soon? Did we have time to talk to people to our right and to our left? Okay, too soon. Okay, you know what we're going to do now? Randomly, just to be sure that we're able to network, I would give the mic to people to tell us what they do. So if you want to go, you can volunteer. Otherwise, I'll just give the mic to people randomly to just tell us what they do. For the sake of those that are on the other part of the aisle, and these ones that are unable to cross to network. So if you just want to, you want to tell us about what you do, you want to tell us about what you're passionate about, so we can know you. All right, so let me just pass the mic.
Oh, wow, interesting. Hi, everyone. Hi. My name is Mustafa. Very happy to be here, excited to be here. You all have very beautiful faces. Even though we have more guys here anyway. Handsome faces too. So we are here. I'm a motion designer. Not just motion design, do graphic design as well. Then I run a print shop. So outside of design, I also work full-time as an application manager in a financial institution. So I think that sums up around everything I do.
You see why I said network? I hope we all see the point now. We have someone that's a graphics designer, a motion designer, and he prints money in his house. All right. Anybody on this lane? Anybody? All right.
Jesus. What's going on? Hey. Okay. I feel ambushed, but okay. Okay, hi guys. My name is Dizzy. What do? I'm a 3D designer, mostly. Yeah, that's pretty much sums up my life. So I do 3D design and a bit of motion design, a bit of graphic design, a bit of everything creative, basically, UI stuff. So yeah, that's me. Thank you.
All right, so he does 3D designs, but he doesn't print money. Note that. This other guy prints money, he doesn't print money. All right, so without wasting our time, I want us to give a round of applause. A very sound one while we welcome the next speaker.
Hello everyone, hope we're all doing well. Okay, I'm Nasil Karim. You can call me Nas. I'm a motion designer and a tutor. And I'm here to just present to you the MDX brand story. And in this video, you will see what MDX actually have in store for everyone. So make sure you do sit down, relax, and then enjoy. Thank you.
Mastering motion design on your own can seem challenging. It is common to feel lost and isolated and to have creative blocks. On the other hand, collaboration allows us to stretch beyond what we ordinarily would not achieve alone. This is why Motion Design Experience MDX exists. We let you express your craft in its natural form while connecting with other talented creators and resources. Here, we are celebrated, recognized, and appreciated. Welcome to the future of motion design, where you can enjoy your experience. It's a good thing we're not just a community, we are a lifestyle.
We're going to have a panel session, and I'll be introducing the panelists. So number one on this session is Mr. Nas. Yeah, Mr. Nas. Okay, please keep clapping. Don't stop clapping till they are seated. All right. So he's going to be the anchor for the panel session. Up next, we have Mr. Dozier. Please put your hands together as he comes forward. If you have questions during this session, questions will be entertained. So if you have questions, let us know. We'll send it to them, and then it will be solved. All right. Up next, we have Mr. Godwin. And last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Joshua. Put your hands together for them. Put your hands together for them. All right, I'll be handing the mic over to the anchor. So I want us to sit back, listen, take note of our questions and other issues. It may not be relating to what they have said or what they are going to speak on, but if it's something that bothers you in the motion design community, this is a safe space where you can talk about it and to be answered. All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for the introduction. I really hope we are all enjoying this so far. So I will just get straight right to it. The topic we'll be dealing with is upcoming designers. How can any upcoming designer get to the point where clients can actually trust them with work, right? Because there are different kind of factors. There's confidence, there's you having the portfolio for it, but how can an upcoming designer actually get to the point where they can actually be confident to take on projects and then really deliver? So I don't know if anyone would like to start with that. Joshua, would you like to give that a try? What? Okay, let's start with Gordon then.
Okay, hi. My name is Godwin. I'm a motion designer, almost everyone here. I currently lead the design team at Check DC, an agency in Lagos. So for the question, I would say one recurring factor I see for junior designers that can easily be a form where clients can easily trust you. Is two things from my broad perspective. The first is your soft skill, which is your communication and your keeping in touch with your word, basically. So essentially, whatever you are doing, be a man of your word or a woman of your word. Say, for instance, a client gives you a chance, and then you promise Friday, ensure that you meet Friday. It might seem as little as possible, but a good experience with one singular client leads you to more referrals to other clients, and then your clientele grows as quick as possible, because one good word from one person leads you to 3 more good people. From 3 more people leads you to, think of it like, I don't like to aggregate it, but think of it like multi-level marketing, where one good word leads you to more opportunities. The second one I would say is get acclimatized with senior designers or people that are already established in the industry. That way, when work, for lack of better context, when work choke them, it's very easy for them to remember that this person does this person can do this, and then they end up referring you to the clients. And the client takes the trust that he has in that senior designer and then gives over to you, ensuring that, this person has entrusted this person, which means that it should be as good as I hope. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That was quite insightful. Can please a round of applause for him, please? Dozie, I would like to ask if you would like to add a footnote to that, or if you'd like to touch on any other areas in terms of what are the things upcoming designers need to look out for when it gets to on their way to them getting really professional.
Okay, sure. Hi, my name is Dozie. I've already introduced myself. By the way, I'm a 3D motion designer. Just to add to what he said, I'm just going to say another way to also get work is also by just showing up. So it could be showing up physically to physical events. The experienced designers that he mentioned that are going to give you the work, we have to know you exist, right? So I feel like whichever level you are in, whether you are still upcoming, whether you are still seasoned, but it will also be nice for you to upskill, right? Just have the talent there first. But while the talent is there, whichever level you are in, then you just have to show up, put yourself out there, put your works online, attend physical meetup, discuss with people, network, connect as much as possible when you're starting. And also, I usually advocate for new designers to pick up an internship job. What internship job does for you is that it helps you in all the areas of showing up, because you get to meet people, know how people are actually doing it, how they do it, because you can only do so much when you're working on your own. So even if it's an unpaid internship, for 6 months or whatever, just start, put yourself out there, and then give it a few months or so. You see yourself doing projects you never imagined doing in the first place. So yeah, I think that helps.
Thank you. That was really good. We like to add to that, Joshua.
So, good day, everyone. I'm Joshua. I'm a 3D artist and also VFX artist. So, in my opinion, I feel setting realistic timelines for projects, like what he said, really ensures that clients develop good trust in you. And also, I feel for upcoming designers, you can create designs probably targeted to pinpointed brands. I don't know them, probably pitch it to them. Then, because that's what I did in the long run, and that's what I actually did to get big gigs. Because at some point, people were asking, like on my IG page, I have a couple of projects. Those were like 2 years ago. And people were like, you did this for so and so. I said, no, it's actually a pitch. So, but with that, I actually use that to get more jobs. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for that. When you talk about pitching, right, is it more like personal projects? Right. And, I would just like to add to what I've said. I think having personal project is really important, all right? Because you might have a full-time gig where you're doing really, really cool stuff, right? And might not be so exciting, but your personal project will give you the opportunity to actually do the things you really want to do or things you really want to be known for. So personal project is really, really important. Then one other thing I would like to add is, the things that, for me, I kind of like look down on it when I was growing in this field is, like you said, soft skills, right? In addition to soft skills, one thing I feel like upcoming artists normally do is they just tend to just watch tutorials, mastering the tools, right? But there's also the craft part of it, which is the thinking behind the design or behind the animation. And I would just suggest, yes, you can keep watching tutorials, you can keep watching courses, but listen to podcasts, listen to School of Motion podcasts, watch Chris Do. Everybody know Chris Do here. If you don't know Chris Do, please raise your hand, let us know what we do to you. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, watch podcasts, watch design podcasts, watch documentaries, watch movies that has to do with designs. In as much as those things seem like, it's not really related, they are actually really related and they're actually really, really, really good. So I would just like to add that. So I would like to also deal with one more question, right? Do I have one more question to deal with? Do you have one more question? All right. Is the question of burnout. I would like to ask, because this is a real thing, right? Even for me. Dozie, how do you deal with burnout? Because you're a 3D artist. There's no way you definitely get burnout. So how do you deal with burnout, Dozie?
Well, it's a tough one because, to be honest, I'm still figuring it out. But what I try to do these days is that, beyond my work, I try to find something else I like to do, right? I personally like to watch movies, right? So sometimes I just find a way to distress, to be honest, because you can get into the trap of working continuously when you have deadlines, when you're trying to do so many things at the same time. So it becomes like a very toxic circle where you're not even considering your health, right? So what I would advise most designers to do is just find something beyond your work that you enjoy doing, and then just give it, even if it's just a few minutes in a day to do it, right? It helps because it just helps you distress at the moment. And also find time to rest. It's very important because he knows about working 24/7, night and day. Because see, when you start doing this work, you fall into the trap of working. We work very odd hours, to be honest. We work very odd hours. So find time to just kind of rest, and distress for a bit. Go for a walk. So I tried something recently. I don't know. So I tried to do something. I use timers when I'm working, right? So I might work for maybe say 2 hours or thereabouts, and I take a 30 minutes break. Right, so just that break alone just helps you just get a clearer picture. And sometimes you find out when you actually rest and come back to your work, you come back with a fresh perspective. So that helps when you come back to a fresh perspective. Maybe you're working on something that gives you issues, you're trying to figure out several things, and then you realize that when you rest and do something else, you come back to it, your mind just flows. You realize that problem you're having, you'll find a solution that you've not been seeing initially. So it helps to just take rest and take a break. Find something else beyond your work that you enjoy doing, that also dedicate a few hours to it, and don't feel guilty about when you're not working, right? And that you also do is sometimes you feel guilty when you're not working. I had that issue a lot. If I go out, like I go out to hang out with my friends, and then I'm thinking about the project I have at home, I'll be feeling guilty. I feel like I'm wasting my life. Right? It happens a lot. So just try to let understand that beyond work, there's also life, there's also family. If you're somebody that comes from a big family or small family, whatever, you have friends or whatever, or just try to give them time for some time, and then realize that you not feel as much burnt out as you used to be in the first place, and you have a fresh perspective when you're working, and your work will flow smooth out. So yeah.
Okay, so for me, how I deal with burnouts, even though 3D and what I do is actually like a hobby, turned actual job. Most times I take time off to rest, like what Dozie said. I could take probably 2-hour nap, like in the afternoon, and most times I watch Netflix. So that's why I do it. But on the long run, I usually give my client a realistic timeline in a way that I know that it's possible for me to easily rest and go back to the job without disappointing, and have time for family too. Yeah.
So, contrary to popular opinion, I feel like there's no escaping burnout, whether you like it or not. Because being realistic, the rest that we do, no matter how much you think it is, it doesn't clear the backlog of restlessness that you've had. Because you can't work for, say, a month and you want to take 2 days off. I mean, yes, it does some good, but realistically speaking, it doesn't clear burnout. So I think first thing is I try to manage what I think my rest period should look like. It's not a case where your week or your month of burnout is immediately cleared in those 2 days. It's just trying to unplug from active thinking and then try to do things that would not stress your brain or your body. Try to touch grass outside, basically. Try to see anything apart from your screen. It can just be a few minutes, can be a few hours, but just press pause. At the end of the day, press pause on whatever it is you are doing and unplug in any way you think you can unplug. Unplugging can be doing a marathon gaming session. I mean, you're still using your head, but you're not doing work exactly. That's still a way of relinquishing burnout at the end of the day. It can be moving marathon. It can be just partying to you, drop dead, quote and unquote. It can be, for you, I mean, different people have different way of achieving or making burnout work. It can be drinking to stupor. It can be smoking to... At the end of the day, people have their vices, whether you like it or not. So your rest period, do your vices as best as you can and get back to your work the next day.
All right, thank you. Please a round of applause for them. If I may add to that, I think one of the things that actually, like you said, nobody can escape burnout, in my own opinion, right? You have to just go through it, right? I think one of the things that actually make it worse is when you're taking too much, right? I realized when I was having so much burnout was when I was doing a lot, right? Our job is very tempting because most of us work remotely, right? And you have gigs there, freelance, full-time. And one thing I realized is when those things tend to just, overlap, it automatically just turns out to burnout. So try and declutter, right? Try and let go of some things, right? And then that would really help. You still get, even if you are doing one job, you still go through burnout stage, but that would really help. And of course, like they said, rest, play games, watch movies. I think that's it pretty much. All right, I think we've come to the end of the panel. Okay, sorry. Okay, questions. So sorry. This is my first time I'm doing this, so pardon me. All right, please, if you have questions, I would like to have them. All right, let me start from you.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph. My brand name is Joe Inspire Studios. I'm a motion designer, 2D animator. So I actually have 2 questions, right? So first is concerning this burnout issue. So like I've been on like this spree of working for like 3 months straight, moving from one place to another, going from one project to another. Then I wanted to take like the next 2 weeks to rest, but the project came in. and this time it's from a new client. So I collected the project and I fell sick. Now I tried communicating to the guy. I tried communicating because the project was supposed to run for 3 weeks. Now it extended to 4 weeks. I recovered from the sickness. The following week, I realized I actually have to take a break. But I've already, the project is supposed to commence that following week. So I used like the next 2 weeks to spoil myself. But then it's remaining 1 week and I've never started the project at all. And this is a new client. I don't know how to make him understand again because I was only left with, this is a very recent scenario. I was only left with the scenario of just returning his money for him. And still, he was complaining like he was not enjoying the experience of dealing with me like that. But to me, I didn't know how else to handle that matter. Then, secondly, I'm kind of new in this space, like 3 years already in this space. I work on documentaries and films, and I do FUIs and HUDs and stuff like that. So, but maybe because of I know like the basics of graphic design and everything. I applied those principles and stuff. But I don't know, somehow because of I didn't come from the design aspects, because I'm coming from videography and movie and stuff. So it feels like people are not really accepting me as a motion designer somehow. I don't know, but it gets weird. Majority of the times where they be like, you're not because you can't design a flyer, you're not a motion designer or something like that. So that's my 2 questions.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What was the question? What was your name? Joseph, okay. I think the first question he asked was about, he fell sick, he had a project, there was a deadline, he couldn't meet up, the client was on your neck, right? How do you do in such a situation? So, anybody want to help us? Godwin.
Okay, so I think it boils down to the first statement I said, which was soft skill, and which is communication and making commitments. So there's something about, as designers generally, or as people generally, we should empathize with people. So as much as possible, try to communicate the fix in which you are, and don't make empty promises as, you cannot know when you're going to feel better. You cannot know when you're going to fall sick. But making promises as, I'm back on my feet tomorrow, I'll get your work done with you by next tomorrow. Those are empty promises. Explain to the client, explain to the person, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And the manner in which you approach certain scenarios will make them believe that, okay, yes, this is a person to person. It has gone beyond client and service provider. So once they can get to understand the plight in which you are, and it's also for you not to take advantage. So in cases like that, you can decide to say, okay, I was meant to deliver 4 items, or for the goodness of my heart, because I know I delayed this project, I know this supposed to have cost you some things, I'm delivering 5 items. Or, okay, you know what, on your next project, there's particular discount for you on your next project, and things like that, to make the relationship a lot more better, and not just dates, deadlines, due dates, I cannot achieve it, I cannot meet it. That way, everybody understands what is going on part time, and everybody's aware.
Okay, I sort of have like a contrary opinion, right? Because taking a bit realistically, right? We're in Nigeria, right? And we are trying to hustle, we are trying to survive. Even your client too is trying to. Okay, sorry. I'm not used to this. Sorry. So even your clients today, you're probably working with an agency who are also trying to like relate to their clients, right? So sometimes they might not be understanding of your weakness, right? So which is where what I said initially about making connections comes into play. So what I've tried to do these days is that I try to like delegate tasks. So if I get like a lot of sometimes I get so many projects I can't handle at once. So what I do is that if I realize that, okay, maybe I'm not in the right state of mind, and then I try to think, okay, who is capable of taking on this project? Because to be honest, most times we are all interested in trying to do all the projects ourselves, so I'll make all the money ourselves, right? But at the same time, you are losing clients when you do all of that by yourself. You are losing time that you can actually use to do your own things, right? You're losing like trust. Because when you're telling client that I'm sick, Nigerian clients, foreign clients will understand, let me not lie, but Nigerian clients are not going to understand that. To them, like, you are lazy. I don't know. Maybe that's they might not say it, but to them, like, and another thing again is that the market is saturated right now. There's so many motion designers springing up every day, and trust me, most of them are good, and most of them are cheap. Most of them are even cheaper than you are, right? So for the client to trust you, they trust you to deliver, and when you're not delivering because of health issues, we understand as human beings, but they might not understand because the project is suffering, their client is suffering. So what I would advise you to do is that I would say try to know as much people as possible and try to delegate as much as possible, right? If you feel like you can't handle things by yourself, you are doing so many things at once, find somebody else, pay them 90% of the money, let them do it. What that does for you is that what you are doing is project management, right? You are doing project management, you are doing quality check, right? So what happens is that you still deliver to the client still trusts you to give you a job at that time, they are still happy with the timeline that you give them, but next time they will still come back to you again, and you won't have the excuse of I'm sick, and they won't be able to give their client that same excuse, right? So just network, find people that are doing the same thing, and then share the work. Don't do everything yourself all the time. That's what I feel.
Tap into the wealth of MDX. We have so many good designers, as you can see, right? You cannot reach out to me, you can reach out to Godwin, you can reach out to Dozie. So let's just try and take advantage of the community. I think that will really help. Because of time, I will just have one person to answer the second question, where I think you talk about you not coming through the medium of design into motion design. So I don't know if anyone would like to answer the question. So the question is, it comes through video editing, production, right? Not through design, into motion design, right? So people are not seeing him as a real motion design, right? They are considering people that have more design background than his own field. So I don't know if you have anything you would like to say to that.
Okay, in my opinion, I feel if more works in the motion design field are being displayed, and there is proper backing up of those works, that you are credited, that you are giving credits for those jobs, I feel you actually get the job. I don't know. So I'm like, I feel you get the job, because if you have enough portfolio to showcase, I feel no client should doubt you. Yeah.
All right. To add to that, I would say motion design is like an umbrella. There are different kinds of, there are different types of motion design. There's 2D animation, there's 3D, there's traditional 2D. Even 2D has its own segment. There's vector, there's tradition. So you can't master all, right? So if people are not reaching out to you, it's because probably your own style is towards motion graphics, not towards 2D animation, not towards 2D vector animation. I don't know if you get. So first, take out the pressure. Just go specialize in which one you want, right? And then do more works based on what you want. And people will definitely reach out to you by the time you get better at it. So I don't know if that answers your question. So we can only take one more question. I'm so sorry. Try and reach out to any of us here, even after the panel or after this whole event. We'll be happy to take your question. So I would like to take one more question now. That'll be yours. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Mustafa. Try to make it quick. Here's my question. I'll be asking about scaling as a motion designer and using social media specifically as a medium. So 2 things. One, I would just like to sample your opinion on what you think is the best approach and why. One is showing up every day with little stuff that you feel you're not very comfortable with, or taking enough time to make, in quotes, a masterpiece and put it out.
Thank you so much for that. That's a really good question. So, okay. You'd like to answer that, Joshua?
So I feel, for me, how I started, I literally was posting. That's on my IG. I was posting, even though it wasn't a masterpiece. But I feel from there, people will be able to see your growth. Sometimes I won't even like me. Most times when I'm working on something, I'll say it wants to be a masterpiece. I most times end up not even finishing it. So I would say once it looks good, I feel I can post it, and once it's up to standard, I can post it. That's my opinion.
All right. Godwin would like to touch on that, or does he?
Dozie will end up speaking on it mostly, but I think it's a mix of both, which Joshua said at the same time, where it is good to always show up as best as you can, as often as you can, but at the same time, set your eye on big projects that can make a big dent in your impressions, basically. So put out stuff as much as can, as easy as you can, put out stuff, but always, at least what I try to do each year is, or at least this year, let me have, if not so one at least, that I can say, oh, for the year 2023, all the skills that I gathered, all the little bits I learned, I put it into this project and I made it a big project. Posting every day makes you visible. Making a big project makes you, what's it called now? I'll say loud, authentic. Yeah, those words gives you a space for that meantime where everybody can refer to that project.
I think that's pretty much said it all, to be honest. It's a bit of both. So the everyday posting, maybe not every day, because to be honest, it'll be hard to get out something quality every day. Maybe, let me say, every other day, or whichever way. But the more frequent posting just makes you more present. That's maybe we are trying to grow your account, because I realized that Instagram sort of pushes people that are like just showing up. So you just show up, show your behind the scenes. You can just show you're working on something, you're showing behind the scenes. Even if you're doing a big project, you can just be showing how you're doing those projects, just showing up, right? And then the big projects will just make you seem more relevant. No, not relevant. What he said.
All right, thank you. So to add to that, one last thing to just add to that, because I actually struggle with this personally. So, but one thing I realize is, I totally agree, a bit of both. But you see that other one, the long one with the long project, it can be a trap, because when you're trying to do something really great, you might find yourself doing it for 2 years, right? And then at one point, you might just lose interest. So one needs to be careful when you're doing that. And for the shorter piece, I think they are really good because, number one, you're doing something. Because our job is not just, I watch tutorial, I know it. You have to do. In short, you know what you know by doing in our line of work. So I think that's all I would like to add to that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Godwin, Joshua, and Dozie. And thank you so much. You guys asked questions. So that will be it for us. Yeah.
Okay, that was very insightful. I had fun, and I'm sure you did too. I'm sure we're able to communicate, we're able to learn some new things. So right about now, I want to invite Rue on stage for her presentation. Please put your hands together for her.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Again, can I sit, or would you guys see me? Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm here to talk about the efforts involved in MDX branding. Everything you can see from this bucket hat I'm wearing and this shirt and everything you can see on the screen and everything happening today and everything that's going to happen, there was a lot of collaborative and intentional efforts from series of research, feedback, sketches, design, content writing, documentation. There were a lot of teams involved. The motion design team, animation, VFX, content creators, script writers, UI UX team, marketers, companies and platforms like Chigisoft, Pop Central. I wanted someone to clap when I said Pop Central, yes. Pop Central, Papaya Studios, and other communities too that are trying to help people like MDX. So all of these teams have come together to build MDX, and we are not even done with what we are building. Yeah, there's still a lot more coming. So we'll be going live for the public, open source, on Behance and Figma from November. So please follow us on all our social media platforms so that you can get notified when this happens, and so that you can also see more content from us. Thank you. So please, I need you guys to give a very, very, very heartwarming applaud something, yeah, to the people who made all this happen. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tunji Adenaya. I am a motion designer. I specialize in 3D animation and design, and I'm excited to be here to share with you some of the things MDX is working on as regards community and memberships. Okay, so some of the efforts that some of the members in MDX has taken in bringing the motion design community together is setting up a Twitter space called Akara Bread and Animation. And it's a Twitter space that allows industry veterans to come share their experiences and share valuable insights to members of the community. So that has been ongoing for some time, and we took a break. But since we're launching MDX as a brand, it's going to be coming up better, and we employ everyone to join us on our social platforms so we can carry out more discussions and talk about issues that are pertaining to motion design on the space. So in the past, we've had celebrity motion designers like Sikani Solomon, the lead motion designer in Cash App, Brian, Roland Olamide, and like there were so many valuable insights that they shared, breakdown of their past projects and insights on how to navigate the career called motion design. So in another effort talking about building community and memberships, MDX is also introducing the community badges, and we have 3 categories. We have some based on membership, some based on performance, and some based on tiers. The membership badges allow people who are active in the motion design community to earn the badges. So you can either be a devotee, someone who is active in the MDX community, a mover and shaker, a rookie, an apprentice, or a legend. So this is what the badges look like, and it's a way to kind of recognize our strengths and weaknesses, and to also give recognition within the community. So we recognize that there are some people who are odogus in quotes in the community, and some people who are also starting out. So if you're active in the community, you'll be issued some of these badges, and recognizing our strengths, we find opportunities to see how we can support some of our members. So sharing resources, sharing insights. If you're a rookie or an apprentice, you're going to be interacting with people who have badges in the legend category, and it fosters engagement, it fosters growth, it fosters partnership and participation. The next set of badge would be the tier category, and the tier category is a paid subscription. This is like the exclusive category. We have Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald, Elite, and Motion Royalty. So you guys that have access to this one will get access to exclusive content, exclusive resources like paid courses, project breakdowns, project files, and stuff, and so much more. There's another category called the performance category, and that is based on a vetting process. So you'll get issued this kind of badges either by submitting an application to MDX, so they can vet your profile and issue you some of these categories. And the benefit of this is within the community, if there are opening for jobs or there are contract rules where people may seek opportunities for collaboration, after vetting your portfolio and vetting your capabilities and skills, you earn any of these badges, either performance, membership, or tier. You have access to collaborations, you have access to projects. So MDX is all trying to foster growth, partnership within the motion design ecosystem. So everybody's not just scattered. We're trying to bring everybody under one umbrella. So we've also collaborated to create, what I call it, a product demo for the badges. That is the video you're going to be seeing. All right, so that's it about MDX community badges. Make sure to follow us on social media, MDX_experience. That's it. Thank you.
You all are amazing. Clap, appreciate yourself. Clap for yourself. You all are amazing. Clap for yourself now. No, clap for yourself again. All right, cool. All right, so today we're going to talk about an amazing product we've been working on for a while now. So it's called Mind Escape, right? So Mind Escape is, it's a collaboration between MDX and Papaya Studio. So I don't know if everyone knows that Papaya Studio, one of the best studios in, I want to say, Nigeria or something. Yeah. So the idea of Mind Escape now. So yes, okay, Mind Escape. So Mind Escape, just in Mind Escape. So what's really about? Like, what's in it for us? What do we have to gain from Mind Escape? So the idea is that Mind Escape is it's a show that blends both. It's a show that blends both games, like it's a game show and podcast at the same time. So yeah, so we bring together, titans, from different industries to come together to battle, in a fierce and epic trivia game, So it's an amazing one. It's beyond just a show. It's beyond just a game where people come together. In Mind Escape, we create an atmosphere where both the audience and the contestants, into one big pool party. So everybody's together, vibing. So it's beyond just the games, right? There's entertainment, there's the learning aspects, and that Mind Escape is a super, boiling hot pot of both creativity and expertise. So we have different creatives come together to battle. In terms of we have different, to show your math skills. I don't know if you know all this trivia games and the likes of them. So we come together, to battle. We have different game shows. Everybody comes together to battle, and the likes of them. And at the end of the day, too, there'll be cash prizes at the end of the day, where everybody comes together. By the time, anybody who wins at the end of the show, there's a cash prize at the end of the day. Because there's no game without cash prize, right? So everybody has a cash prize at the end of the day. MDX is not just, Mind Escape rather, is not just a show. So it's a boss of creativity, entertainment, and generosity, like I said. So in this program, you have your different popular or favorite stars in the game. Everybody come together, the battle, win, vibes, and entertainment. So it's going to be an awesome one, right? So I don't know, is anyone excited about Mind Escape? First, let me hear you say yeah. All right, awesome. All right, so yeah, so Mind Escape. So basically, it's a game show, right? Creatives come together, we engage in games, fun, and the likes of them. So it's one of our products. I'm working it for a while, and we can't wait to share it with you guys. So get ready for Mind Escape, and it's coming straight to you. All right, thank you.
Okay, hello everyone. I understand that we have been seeing back to back with what MDX has in store for us. And I'm here to introduce another aspect of this community. So let's cook, just like the name implies. I'm sure you're already getting something from it. Okay, it has to do with bringing women into the motion design space. I know if you're very attentive, you see that there are more men here than there are women, because for some reasons, women lack the mentorship, they lack the motivation to thrive in this field. When they desire the interest or they start it, for some reasons, because they don't have mentors to look up to in this category, they don't pull through with it. So Let Her Cook is it's an NGO out of the MDX community that has to do with mentorship of women in the storytelling, animation, and motion design aspect. So I don't know if you're happy, because I am, that just like me, more women are going to be empowered by this singular act, thanks to MDX. Please put your hands together. Thank you.
Hello guys. In this group, I'm sure that many of us are motion designers and visual artists and all that. And before we got to the positions we are, one thing we all did was learn, which is educate ourselves. And I'm thrilled here to introduce the MDX Academy, your gateway to the world of motion design. At the MDX Academy, we are not only an educational institution, we're also a launchpad of motion design and in building the art of crafting animated content. Our academy is a creative playground where we offer a host of programs designed to sculpt both the technical and artistic aspects of motion design. But let's talk about the real game changer here, which is the ultimate goal of MDX, of the ultimate goal of the MDX Academy, which is to empower all students with the expertise and wisdom that they need to conquer the industry. So that's basically training young minds which are in the process of learning and those who are also, for the first time, putting their foot into the world of motion design. And everybody knows here how important education is. I'm sure everybody here has gone online and searched for 1 or 2 YouTube tutorials to learn a few things. So basically, the whole goal of the MDX Academy is compressing all this knowledge in a single format in order to train the young minds and also help build knowledge for the upcoming motion designers in our society. So whether you're dreaming of creating the next big blockbuster animation, content, or commercial, or revolutionizing how information is presented in the industry, the MDX Academy is our compass, which is here to guide you, mentor you, fuel the journey towards a prosperous career in motion design. So today I invite you guys to embark on this journey with us, this journey into the world of motion design, and discover your creative genius and watch your dreams come to life. Thank you.
Is it just me or does this feel like Apple presentation where one person will come in, another person will come in, present different products? Anyway, hi guys. So my name is Dozie. I've already introduced myself before, and I'm a motion designer. And today I'm here to present to you. I'm here to talk about like the behind the scenes of everything that we're doing so far, and that is going to be incorporated into this backstage pass. I'm sure you're wondering what is backstage pass. Backstage pass is basically short form content we post on social media, featuring you, the artist, right? So we are giving you a platform to share your unique insights to the world. MDS is giving you the canvas to express yourself, the chance to communicate your values and insights in a friendly, accessible way. We have like a vast network of social media growing. That's vast network of like social media presence and other presence that is growing. So we are offering you, the artist, the opportunity to use our platform to present your skills, to present what you are doing, and also we are giving you basically what we'll do for you is that you create your content and we like refine the content and then we give you the platform to post that content. And so since we have like a lot of like our growing network, that content will now be used to like, you know, grow your network, grow your expertise basically. So we give you access to our platform on social media to communicate your values, insights in a friendly, accessible way, ensuring your message resonates with the right audience. I'm not going to be much. I'm just to show you like I had a reel that we created for it, which you're going to watch briefly, and then afterwards I will continue. Thank you very much. Okay, so the idea behind this is that we as motion designers, sometimes we work in silos, right? We have our workspace where we stay and create our magic. And sometimes it's difficult to balance while we are creating the magic, it's difficult to balance that stage to like growing your online presence, right? So I remember when you asked the question, I think it was Emmanuel that asked the question initially about how you can grow as a motion designer and how you can put yourself out there. So we are giving you the platform to grow, right? Or giving the platform to like put yourself out there in order for people to get to see what you do and then get in touch with all of the artists that we have on board, which are also going to help you out in this space, in like growth. So basically what Backstage Part is to help you grow as a motion designer. And we'll be featuring like your behind the scenes, how you work. We'll be featuring your processes, we'll be featuring your products on our platform, and that will also help you grow. And also, you'll be happy to know that we already have episodes of this, some of these things already ready to go, and you'll be seeing them like in next week or so. So yeah, I hope you're happy, you're excited about it. Anyway, thank you very much for being this exciting. Let's create amazing things together. Thank you.
All right, hi everyone. So the last program on our list, the last product on our list, definitely not the list, is the fashion. So MDX will be producing more merch like this, the hoodies. I don't know if you've seen them, but at the back of the hall, you see our samples, hoodies, you see the hats, the face caps, the sweatshirts, just like that. So that's going to be the commerce part of MDX. So our in-house motion designers get to express themselves with this colorful brand, and then we produce merches for the public to get. All right, we're not exempted as well, so before leaving, you can check out some of them and, get for yourself. So the last thing we're going to be doing here is the cake cutting. Sorry, I'm tired. The cake cutting. So just hold on, we'll get it set up and then we'll cut the cake, take pictures and keep networking. Thank you.